everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. If you've ever felt that tug to work hands-on with animals, but, well, maybe you just aren't sure where to start, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking a really vital grassroots career in veterinary science and agriculture, the animal health worker. It's not just a job, it's literally a lifeline for farming communities and their livestock. So let's jump right in and see what this career blueprint actually looks like. So, what does an animal health worker actually do? Well, at its core, this role is all about providing preventive health care, jumping in to assist with disease control, and offering basic first aid to farm animals and poultry. Now, a quick point, you aren't doing this completely solo. You'd be working under the distant or indirect supervision of a registered veterinarian. But out there, you're basically the crucial first responder. You're the ongoing care provider right there on the ground for these animals. To give you the full picture today, we're going to quickly cover 5 key areas: role and personality traits, realities of the job, educational pathways, costs and financial aid, and finally, career growth. All right, Section 1, role and personality traits. Are you a fit? To really ground this in reality, let's talk about Badarani Mato. She's a 35-year-old Pashusaki, which translates to animal friend or animal health worker from a village in Jharkhand. Day in and day out, her work involves advising local farmers on, well, the whole shebang: livestock health checkups, vaccinations, deworming, even basic hygiene. She provides what's known as last-mile coverage for livestock management under the National Rural Livelihood Mission. She is a perfect, real-life example of just how profound an impact this role can have on a community. But, to do what Bahadrani does, you kind of need a specific disposition. The data points to 4 essential personality traits. First off, and yeah, this is the obvious one, you absolutely must genuinely like taking care of animals. Second, you really need to enjoy science, since you'll be dealing with biology and medicine every single day. Third, you've got to like to lead. You're going to be the one advising and guiding these farmers, right? And finally, you have to love working outdoors. If you're nodding along to these 4 points right now, then hey, you are definitely on the right track. Moving on to Section 2, realities of the job, the environment. Okay, here is the absolute most crucial thing to understand. This is not a desk job. Not even close. You'd typically be employed by government agencies or NGOs, meaning your primary office is literally the great outdoors. You're going to be doing a ton of local travel, bouncing from farm to farm. And the hours? They are substantial. We're talking a solid 8 to 9 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week. So it definitely requires some real stamina and, honestly, just a genuine willingness to be on the move. And look, we have to be completely upfront about the physical realities here. You're working with animals that are sick, in pain, or maybe just really, really frightened. And that brings physical risks. You absolutely run the risk of getting bitten, kicked, or scratched. Plus, expect your workplace to frequently be, well, both noisy and smelly. It's gritty, hands-on work. You need to be calm under pressure, and for sure, you need a pretty strong stomach. All right, Section 3, educational pathways, how to get trained. So how do you actually get there? The chronological path is actually super straightforward. Step 1, you need to complete your 10+2 schooling, specifically in the science stream. So that means focusing on physics, chemistry, and biology. Step 2, you move right into higher education. Typically, this means getting a Bachelor of Science or a BVoc in fields like veterinary science, animal husbandry, or dairying. Some folks even go on to pursue a master's degree in those allied subjects. And the good news is you've got lots of options for where to study. You aren't boxed into just one type of institution. For example, there are fantastic government institutes out there, like Hindu College in New Delhi or Presidency College in Chennai. But if you prefer, there are also tons of accredited private institutes across the country, places like Apex University or Sangam University over in Rajasthan. Oh, and this is brilliant. If you need some flexibility in your schedule, there's even a distance learning option available through IGNO, the Indira Gandhi National Open University. Let's pivot to Section 4, costs and financial aid, making it happen. Now, let's talk numbers. The approximate course fee really varies a lot depending on which institute you choose. We're talking anywhere from as low as 20,000 rupees all the way up to 3 lakh rupees. Now that upper end, yeah, that is a significant financial commitment for sure. And that is exactly why understanding your funding options is just absolutely critical. But fortunately, you are not left to figure it out all by yourself. First off, you've got the National Scholarship Portal, which offers all sorts of central government and merit-based schemes. Second, if you're looking at loans, check out the Vidya Lakshmi portal. It was actually developed under government guidance specifically to help students secure educational loans easily. Third, certain states like West Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar offer student credit cards with incredibly low interest rates. And of course, your standard bank education loans are always on the table, so the financial safety net is definitely there for you. So, once you finally graduate, what does the actual return on that investment look like? Well, the expected starting income for an animal health worker currently sits right around 20,000 to 37,500 rupees per month. That gives you a nice, clear, stable financial baseline as you step out into your brand new profession. And honestly, it goes even further when you factor in the lower cost of living in a lot of those rural areas where these roles are needed the most. Which brings us to Section 5, Career Growth, Looking Ahead. Your career definitely doesn't just stall out once you become an animal health worker. From that entry phase, there is some very real upward mobility. As you gain experience, you can transition into a mid-career phase as a supervisor, overseeing other workers. Or you could even become a trainer and educate the next generation. From there, the advanced phase opens up, giving you the chance to become an area manager overseeing entire districts or regional projects. Basically, all that hard-earned field experience, it directly translates into management and leadership roles later on. Before we wrap up, I just want to take a really brief moment to highlight a super important point from the source material. This field is incredibly inclusive. Opportunities for work genuinely exist for differently abled individuals within this profession. It's a career path that truly values knowledge, care, and dedication above all else, and there are pathways explicitly designed to accommodate diverse capabilities. I think that's just fantastic. So we've covered the traits you need, the gritty realities of the job, the education, the costs, and your future growth, which means I get to leave you with one final thought. Do you have the passion, the grit, and the scientific curiosity to step into this demanding, yet just incredibly rewarding field? If you're looking for a career where your daily work directly supports people's livelihoods and ensures animal welfare, well, this blueprint might just be your very next step. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and as always, keep learning.